Just imagine, right this very minute, we have the ability to scan, find, and trade stocks, futures, and Forex opportunities that have historically proven to reoccur 80%, 90%, or even 100% of the time every single year over the past 10, 20, or more years. These are markets and trends that you could potentially start trading yourself today. Hi, I'm Lan Turner, and I'm the President and CEO of Gecko Software, and we're the creators of TradeMiner. Ask yourself this question. If I wanted to make a stock trade today, which stock would I invest in? What about a commodity, maybe gold, silver, or even crude oil? Have you ever considered trading the foreign currency markets, the euro or maybe the Swiss franc? Which market, which stock, which individual currency pair could give you the very best potential for success? These are all questions I personally had myself, and this is why we created TradeMiner. TradeMiner is a market scanner that finds high probability trading opportunities based on markets that have traditionally risen or fallen in price time and time again on the exact same dates year after year. Let's think about a traditional commodity just for a minute. Let's take corn, for example, or wheat. We plant it at the same time each year. We harvest it at the same time each year, and it's susceptible to damage, transportation costs, and storage fees at the same time each year. These types of recurring events have a strong influence on the price of each of these commodities. And as you can imagine, these types of events occur at roughly the same time each year. Let me give you another example. Let's talk about gold for a minute. Many people enjoy trading gold. You can trade gold in a number of different ways. You can buy and sell contracts through the futures and options exchanges. You can buy gold ETFs, or you can buy gold mining company stocks over on the stock exchange, or you can go out and buy physical gold in the form of coins or jewelry or bullion. But when you buy gold, are you aware of the historically traditional cycles and trends that gold has a tendency to follow? Take a look at this gold chart. Underneath the chart, you can see the blue and red seasonal trends for gold. The blue represents the past 10-year average, and the red line is a 15-year trend average. Take a look at October through the end of the year. Traditionally speaking, this is when gold prices have had a strong tendency to rise in price year after year. Now ask yourself, if I want to invest in gold, when would be the best time of year to load up? Well, the number one use of gold nowadays is for jewelry, and the most jewelry is bought and sold for gift giving around the Christmas holiday. So what we are seeing here in the reoccurring price cycle and reoccurring trend chart for gold is all the jewelry wholesalers as they begin loading up on gold, getting ready to make and design their Christmas jewelry inventories. Can you see how knowing this one small bit of information can help us be better traders? Now we can incorporate this information into our gold strategy by jumping in and front-running the Christmas jewelry wholesalers by loading up on gold sometime around October. Now I've told you some of the secrets of trading the seasonal cycles and trends of gold. How would you like to know of other markets that make these same types of annual recurring trends and market cycles? You see, that's exactly what TradeMiner does. It scans the different markets, pinpointing these types of historical trends and recurring market cycles. Now let's talk about the stock market. We have these same kinds of events that occur each and every year. We have huge holidays such as Christmas and Thanksgiving, which affect the price of a particular stock in similar ways each year. We have annual board meetings, earnings reports, taxes, and many other types of annual corporate events that have a tendency to move stocks in similar ways, just like we saw in gold. Now, not all stocks do this. Not all commodities or currency pairs do this. But we want to know which ones have done so in the past, and when these opportunities may occur again. That's why we created TradeMiner. Although we have three versions of TradeMiner, one for stocks, one for futures, and one for Forex, I can only example one at a time, obviously, so I'm going to example the stocks version, and just keep in mind that each version of TradeMiner works exactly the same, given a few minor differences specific to each particular market. What we're seeing here is the graphical user interface we've designed for TradeMiner, and you can see that we've given it a very streamlined work environment, making it as user-friendly as possible. Notice that we have 4 tabs in the upper left corner, which is where each step of the research process is outlined. Here you have your Search tab, which is step 1. Next is the Portfolio tab, which is step 2. Here is your Settings tab, where you can customize which stocks, futures, or Forex pairs you want in your search universe. And here in the Education tab is where we have additional help and videos for your review. In the Search tab, which is step 1, is where we do our initial scan of the market and set up our primary research parameters. We've designed this to use a very simple paragraph style variable entry method. Let's just read this first paragraph together and you'll see how self-explanatory TradeMiner is. Step 1. Find and select high probability trading opportunities for your portfolio. What we're going to do is prospect for trades in the month of, and we have a drop down window here where we can select either month or individual symbol. For this first run, let's look at month, since what we want TradeMiner to do is tell us what stocks generally trend during this month. And as of the recording of this video, we're here in midsummer, so I'm going to select the month of July. We're going to find trends that have won at least, and I've put 80% in here. I believe that's a pretty good starting point. And of course, we can always change any of these settings and run the scan again. But in this case, what we're saying, for example, is for all of our results, we want the worst case scenario to be 8 out of 10 winners, year after year. Notice that the paragraph says at least 80% of the time, showing both bullish and bearish, or we can just select one or the other. Let's select both here, since some of us may like to trade options on stocks as well, and this way we can find opportunities to buy put options. List trends that last at least, and in this field I have a minimum time frame of 7 trading days, but no more than 45 trading days. Of course, this is an adjustable envelope of time where you can decide how long you generally like to hold onto your positions for. Mine at least 10 years of history. So in other words, all of my results have to have been 80% profitable during the past 10 or more years. Notice that again we say at least 10 years. So 10 years is the minimum number of years TradeMiner will show results for in the month of July. Now here are a couple of filters that also help us in our search criteria, but I'll not go into detail about these in this demonstration. You can learn more about how all the different features work in the educational videos that come with TradeMiner. For now, we're just going to leave both of these filters turned on, and all we need to do is click Dig Now, and TradeMiner will begin scanning the entire historical database for trends that meet our criteria. Of course, before we hit Dig Now, we might want to take a sneak peek into the Settings tab, which is where we can see all the stocks that TradeMiner has in its historical database, and which stocks we're going to scan through. Of course, you can select or unselect any individual stock, sector of stocks, ETFs, or you can even create your own groups or sectors and ask TradeMiner to only scan your personal selection. Let's flip back over to tab 1 and click Dig Now to begin our search. This puts TradeMiner to the task of searching through the entire database and displays our results here. Each potential opportunity is listed by row, where we've included everything from the symbol to the company name, the dates when the trend typically begins and ends, the historical winning percentages, the number of years this has occurred, average profits, and on and on. We've included as much information as we could possibly pack into this report to help you make a more informed decision. You'll also notice that over here in the score, which ranks each possible trading opportunity on a scale from 0 to 5 to help you quickly identify trades that historically made the most amount of money with the least amount of risk. You'll also notice the different charts we have that allow us to see a graphical representation of the data for each opportunity. This one is my favorite because it represents the historical cycle through each year, like a candlestick chart. You can quickly see the historical high, low, and close profit or loss of each trend if you had entered right at the beginning and exited right at the end of the trend. Picking your favorites is a process of elimination at this point and can be done by selecting each column and then selecting the opportunity to add into the Portfolio tab. It's in the Portfolio tab where we further refine our opportunity selections, and this is also where we get access to the neural network. The neural network is something that we are extremely proud of and has taken us months and months of our programmers and mathematicians' times to implement, and something you'll not find anywhere else. You see, we created the neural network pattern recognition tool to go back and learn the patterns of winning and losing trends based on each trend's own individual historical technical patterns. We do this in order to identify if the upcoming trend looks like it's on track with its historical directional bias, and then display it as a probability. You see, we don't just want to know which markets had historically repeating cycles year after year. We also want to know the likelihood of them repeating again this year. And to me, that's the key. And that's what our neural network was designed to do. Just quickly, I want to show you the User Preferences tab, because this is where you go in and you set the neural network risk tolerances. Because the neural network has the ability to rank each opportunity based on your own personal risk tolerance, conservative, moderate, or aggressive. Clicking the Calculate Now button starts the neural network, and it begins to scan each result, so long as it falls within the time span we specified here. Now when we're here in the Portfolio tab, we have a number of additional features that you'll love that have been designed to help us make better trading decisions. One feature that I love is the ability to simply double-click on one of our rows and have TradeMiner pull up a price chart, highlighting the beginning of the trend and the end of the trend directly on the chart. Once we scale down to our final selection and the specified date time arrives, TradeMiner will begin monitoring each trend and will display the current profit or loss over here in the blue columns. Of course, TradeMiner is not a live trading platform and is, of course, for research purposes only. The profits and losses are, very simply put, where the market's current price is in relation to the beginning time and date, up or down. We recommend that you use TradeMiner to provide you with the underlying fundamental information that can assist you in making trades in conjunction with your other trading strategies. What I personally love most about TradeMiner is the flexibility it provides me when searching for high probability repeating cycles and trends. TradeMiner tells me what the best stock, futures contract, or Forex pair is that I should be considering this month, rather than me picking the market and forcing a trade. I've personally been using TradeMiner, or a version of it, for the past 10 years and have always found it to be one of the most useful tools I have when it comes to finding and pinpointing when the right time is to invest in any particular stock, futures, contract, or Forex pair. It works for me, and I highly recommend it to you. Not to mention, one of the best features about TradeMiner is the price. At this price, I basically feel like we're giving it away for free. So don't delay. I can't imagine we'll be letting TradeMiner go at this price for much longer. I believe TradeMiner provides a tremendous amount of value for very little cost. But before I let you go, let me quickly address one more item, and that's the issue of data and how that works. There are two data sources required for TradeMiner to do its job. The first data source is a historical database, or what we call the data cube. There are 3 data cubes, one for each market: stocks, futures, and Forex. These cubes have been compressed and specifically engineered so that TradeMiner can quickly scan through millions of records in a matter of seconds. We sell each data cube for $69. Each year, during the first week of January, we put out new data cubes that include the entire previous year's history. But if you purchase TradeMiner today, we waive the $69 cost of the current data cube and include it for free with your purchase. We do this because we know that the current data cube has less than the full 12 months remaining. The second data source is the current quotes that update the TradeMiner portfolio. We include this service as part of the cost of the data cube. This way you have no ongoing monthly data service fees or hidden costs. I love TradeMiner. We've built an amazing tool that I personally believe can significantly help you make better trading decisions. And I believe you'll love TradeMiner too. But if not, if you invest in TradeMiner and you don't think it's right for you, then simply contact us within the return guarantee time frame and we'll give you a full refund of your purchase price. No questions asked. Thank you.